Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Salman, and welcome back to my channel, Salman Techno. Okay, guys, now I'm gonna show you about how to make HTML forms. But before we start to the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you will know all videos about programming, tutorials, and tech tips only on Salman Techno channel. Okay, guys, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned in this video, and let's just start. Okay, guys, now I'm going to show you about forms in HTML, okay? But for example, like application forms for employees, students, and etc. For example, like about school and so on, okay? So in this video, I'm going to show you about forms in HTML. So there are a lot of elements to make forms in HTML. There are input tag, text area tag, button tag, label tag, option tag, and so on. And the logic is actually same like Google Forms. If you want to know about forms and how to make it, let's go to the Sublime Text. Okay, guys, now we are in the Sublime Text right now, and I'm going to show you about how to make HTML forms, okay? So the first thing you have to do is you have to write HTML here, okay? So the first thing is about doc type HTML. Why we have to add doc type HTML in here? Because the function is, this is important for you. So doc type HTML is important if you want to make websites or applications in HTML language, okay? So there's also the opening and the closing tag of HTML, head, title, and also body tag. There's also the angle brackets within opening tag and also the closing tag, okay? Now, let's go back to the topic. The first thing you have to do is you have to make in the title HTML forms, okay? So, let's just start about how to make HTML forms. So the first thing you have to do is you have to write the opening and the closing tag of form, okay? But don't start with this. No, don't start with this. Why? If you want to make form, you have to start with the opening and the closing tag of form, okay? Like this, form, and then also the closing tag here, okay? Now let's just start it about how to make it, about name, address, birth date, and so on. For example, like I'm gonna make it the title. It is employee information form. Okay. Now I'm gonna separate it with the BR tag. So the function is separate between one of them. Okay. And in the form we add name here, input type text. Okay, so that I have said before that there are input tag, text area, button, label, option. And if you want to add the text here, you have to add input type text and also the name. Oh, there's also the placeholder if you want to make a notice in the text, okay? In the text box below, okay? Placeholder. For example, like, please write your name, okay? Now, let's go to the Google Chrome. But first, I have to save it and let's go to Google Chrome. So this is the result. Yeah. You can see here, okay? So in the name, there's also the input type text and also the placeholder in the text, okay? It means that it is inside the input type text tag, okay? Please write your name. For example, like Salman. So it's actually like that, okay? Now, how if we want to add the address, email address, mobile phone, birth date, and so on. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it. But the first thing you have to do is you have to separate between one of them, okay? Like this with BR tag. And also, we add email address, okay? Input type, or maybe you can make like this, input type email, so it is different between input type text and also input type email. And the name is email, placeholder is please write your email address, okay? And then also BR tag here. After that, we can also add the mobile number, mobile phone number, okay? Input type text, maybe, okay? It's okay if we want to add input type text, and also the name is mobile underscore number. The placeholder is please write your mobile phone number. Or maybe you can also write input type number, so there will be no alphabet in this section, okay? So there will be number. And then there's also the address, okay? For the address, it will be text area. So it will be like this, okay? BR, don't forget to add the BR text, so it will be separate between one of them. Text area. And also the name is address. Also the placeholder is please write your address here, okay? Now, if we want to see the result, I'm going to save it and let's go to the Google Chrome. Yeah, so this is the result. Oh my God. Okay, so if the condition is like this, so let me separate with two BR tags here, okay? So it will be like this. Okay, I'm gonna save it and let's go back to the Google Chrome. So this is the result. So if you can see in here, please write your name, please write your email address. And this Simon mentioned. Okay, so it's actually the sample, okay? And then there's also the mobile number, the address. Not only that, I'm gonna add birth date and also the password, okay? So the birth date, it will be input type date, and also name, the name is birth date, placeholder, no need the placeholder, okay? Oh, don't forget to write the two BR tags here, okay? I'm gonna separate with two BR tags, the birth date and also the password here, okay? Password. Input. If we want to add password, so we can also write input type password. I mean, input type password, and also the name is password. The placeholder, please write the password. Okay, now I'm gonna separate it. And also gender. Okay, so for gender, so I'm gonna make it like this, okay? Let me separate it with one BR tag first, okay? So For gender, so there are male and female, okay? The first thing you have to do is, because we have to choose only one, so we have to write input type radio ID, male, name, gender, and also the value is male, okay? And also the label for male. Okay, guys, so the label is actually used for input type radio. It means about someone who will choose one only, okay? So it is input type radio, male, name, gender. So if you want to make checkbox or, yeah, I mean checkbox, so you have to add also the name and also the value, okay? And also the label. For the label, you have to add the opening tag and also the closing tag, okay? Remember, don't forget to add the closing tag. If you don't add the closing tag, so it will be very dangerous, okay? So this is how to make program in HTML, okay? And also input type radio. I'm gonna separate it first, okay? And also female, name, gender. The formula is same like this one, but it will be different between male and female, okay? Female. Label for female, female, okay? And also the closing tag here, okay? Two BR tags, and I'm gonna make the new one, skills, BR, okay? So for the skills, you can also make input type checkbox. It means that someone who are, for the skills, you can add the input type checkbox. So someone will choose more than one choices, okay? So for the skills, it will be, for example, like this, input type checkbox, ID, HTML, name, skills, and the value is HTML. Okay, so it will be HTML, and also, let me separate this first, okay? Input, maybe I can copy it and then paste it. Input type checkbox for CSS, the value is same CSS. Okay, so the formula is same like this one, input type radio, but the difference is you have to add the label tag in here, okay? The opening and the closing tag. For the input, you don't need to make the closing tag, but you can also make like this with CSS and also JavaScript, okay? JavaScript here. It's actually for how to make input type checkbox. So you can also choose more than one, okay? Let me show you about the example. So it will be like this. This is for the checkbox, and this is for the input type radio one, okay? So someone will choose one only, okay? Male or female, okay? Now let's go back to the Sublime text and, okay, it's already done. One BR text here, skills, and also city. Okay, for the city, you can also make an option, okay? Option, it will be option value like Jakarta, yeah. We make also the option here, Okay, for the option, you have to add the opening tag and also the closing tag like label one. Okay, option value, for example, like Tokyo, we can make like this. Okay, New York, and also Singapore. Okay, guys, so this is actually the example of how to make the option here. Okay, I'm gonna save it and let's go back to the Google Chrome. Oh, it's actually uh maybe for the option we can make also about like this, but it is actually okay. So for the option value, let me show you how to do it. Okay, guys, so now for the option. So for the option, don't start with this. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you have to add select tag here. So there will be the opening and also the closing tag here. Okay, name is city and also the ID is city. Okay, now I'm gonna save it and let's go back to the forms. So this is the result. So there will be Jakarta, Tokyo, New York, Singapore. But if you want to, for example, I'm gonna, okay, so for example, like if the first is New York, and then there will be like this. So it will be like this. Okay, so the first thing is, the first one is New York. And how if we want to add Jakarta, I mean, how to show Jakarta to be the first one. Okay, so you can write selected. I'm gonna save it and let's go back to the HTML forms. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, Jakarta, New York, Tokyo, Jakarta, Singapore. But okay, now I'm gonna copy it to the first one. So it will be like this. Okay. After that, I'm gonna add also the description about yourself. So it will be about text area. Okay, description about yourself. So it will be very I mean, it will be a text or a paragraph. So if you want to do that, so you have to add text area. Okay, text area, and also the placeholder here. Okay, write your description of, about yourself. Okay, and then also the agreement. Okay, so you have to write the, I mean, you have to add input type checkbox. Okay, input type checkbox, and also ID agreement. It's actually the example. Okay, the name is agreement. I mean, terms and conditions, and also the value is agreement. And also you have to write like this: I agree to the terms and conditions and the privacy policy. Okay, and then I'm gonna separate it first. Okay, and also the button. Okay, if we want to make the button, so you can also make like this: input type submit, and also input type reset. So this is the type for submit, and this is the type if we want to reset the forms. Okay, now let's go to the Google Chrome. So this is the result. So if you want to know about this, so it is name, please write your name, email address, mobile phone number, the address. For the text area, you can also make it bigger, birth date. It is started from, 1920, okay, for example, right? And then also the password will be like this, but if you want to make it like input type text, so you can also, for the password, to be like this, okay, input type text. That's for example, okay, guys. So you can also add the input type password and also the input type text, okay? So it will be like this, okay? And also the gender, you can also choose one, and the skills, you can choose more than one, okay? And there is the city, Jakarta, New York, Tokyo, Singapore. It's actually the example here, and also the description about yourself. I agree to the terms and conditions and privacy policy. So this is the checkbox about if we want to agree to the terms and conditions, okay? And if you want to submit, click submit. And if you want to reset the form, so you can click this one. For example, I'm gonna write my name, Salman. If I want to reset, so it will be like this, okay? So that's all about how to make HTML forms. Okay, guys, so how about you guys? Do you know already about HTML forms? I wish you understand all about HTML forms because it's actually simple, right? So it's actually same. I mean, the logic is same like Google Forms. And if you want to know, for example, like employee information form, school form, I mean, student application form, login, sign up, and anything else. And for HTML form, you will be know all tags and elements. For example, like input tag, text area, button, label, option, and etc. And there are a lot of elements in HTML about how to make forms. It means that there is a tag that you have to add the opening and the closing tag of it, okay? So because closing tag is important to make HTML. So that's all about the material about HTML forms. See you on the next video. Okay, guys? Goodbye.
Run.